What's up? This is the Beardman. I'm here with Ranger, and we are at the Nickelodeon universe at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We're going to show you all around the park, show you all of the great rides and attractions it has to offer. It's going to be fun. Check out the awesome entrance to the tmnt shellraiser, the park's biggest and fastest roller coaster. It features 7 inversions, the steepest drop in the world, all kinds of hang time, air time, everything that you want, you got it. It's go time. One of the really cool elements of shellraiser is that coming out of the station, it starts off with this little dip straight into a heartline roll with lots of hang time. Here we get a pretty good look of how the shellraiser and the shredder are all crammed in the same space. The shellraiser has tons of inversions. It's got the signature banana roll. It's got some corkscrew kind of elements. It also has this crossover hill right here, which gives you a pretty good amount of airtime going over right here. Really cool how they managed to get both of these large roller coasters, which are both quite long rides, all in this relatively small space inside. One of the cool things about shellraiser is that they really hold you at the top of this drop before releasing you. You get a cool view. Lots of fun airtime, lots of fun hang time, and a nice launch on this ride, but it is definitely a little rough. Definitely one to check out when you're here. On just about every major ride here at Nickelodeon Universe, there are lockers available. Most of them are not available today, but the good news is when they become available, they are free for the first 45 minutes. And you can see other prices here. And it looks like they're actually going to use a wristband system where you just simply hold up the wristband to open up the lockers. So it is nice that they are available. Today, I don't know if they'll always have this, but at least for today, when we're here, they do have bins available on all of the major rides for you to store your loose articles. So as of the time of recording, there are some rides that may be unavailable on your visit. Today, this is one of them. This really fun looking little kiddie boat ride that looks like it just goes around in a circle. Back here we can see a Ferris wheel, a little balloon Ferris wheel. All the rides here look really great. We've got nice theming throughout the park, really cool ride signs, especially if you are a fan of the Nickelodeon IPs, then you will enjoy your time walking around this park. Over here we also have a really awesome Reptar Carousel, so if you grew up watching Rugrats and you want to pass that on the little ones in your life, we got a double-decker carousel here full of Reptars. Here towards the back of the park is the entrance to the Shredder, which is the park's spinning roller coaster. It's got this really cool sign and this really cool character. And another really cool thing is that this ride is intertwined with the shellraiser roller coaster. So we got 2 roller coasters in the same space. This one, the Shredder, is one of the longer spinning roller coasters in the world. Definitely lots of fun. It's got lots of helixes. Depending on how you sit will determine how much you spin. And there's also a good number of just straight hills towards the end of the ride. So it's a cool layout. It's cool that it interacts with the shellraiser. If you like spinning coasters, this is definitely one to check out, and a great ride for the entire family. One of the higher thrill rides here at Nick Universe is on the air glider. This is a Zamperla Air Race style ride. These rides are super fun. So the whole tower spins, and then within the tower, each car spins vertically around, upside down. Definitely a ride to check out here, especially if you've never been on one of these before. They're one of my favorite flat rides. Definitely check it out. And this one looks really cool with all the theming that they have on it. Another really cute ride here that is unfortunately not running today is Boots Banana Swing, which is literally a swing with a banana on top of it. One of the really cool looking rides here at Nick Universe is the Krang Prime Pandemonium. It looks like it's not running at the moment, but this is a spinning pendulum ride. It actually goes all the way over the top, so you do actually go upside down over the top of this thing while it's spinning. Definitely one of the more thrilling rides at this park. And we can see the slime street going up the lift hill here. This is a great family roller coaster. It's got some good drops. It's got a couple hills, some nice turns. Definitely a great roller coaster for the whole family.
Yeah, it's faster and more thrilling than it probably looks on this video.
Nickelodeon Universe is full of really, really great ride signs. This is the sign for Nickelodeon Slime Street. To get to this ride, you actually have to walk up those stairs and walk down to the station, which is over there. One of the things that we found while we're here is sometimes the ride entrances are very clearly marked, and sometimes they are not. So this led to some confusion because sometimes we would get in line for something, we weren't 100% sure if we were in the right spot. So that is one thing to just keep an eye on. Another thing is that all these rides have tons of switchbacks and there are no breaks in them. So on a day like today, where there's not a whole bunch of people in line, it's really annoying to have to walk through all of the switchbacks. So maybe that's something that hopefully they can improve in the future, is adjusting the arrangement of the switchbacks based on the volume of crowds. So over here by the shredder, we have a food stand, and it seems like as of right now this is really the only place in the park that you can get food. It looks like they got cold sandwiches, they got wraps, small bites, they got cold salads, kosher corn, they got some other kinds of snacks and chips. All your beverages and everything are here. At the time of this recording, there is no re-entry into this park, so once you are in the park you may not leave and come back in. So that's just something to think about when you plan your day here. If you would like a meal at somewhere other than this food stall here, you may want to plan for that before you come. Way in the back of the park, we have Sandy's Blasting Bronco, one of the more intense roller coasters here at Nickelodeon Universe. This is an Intern ride, and what's cool is that you launch straight out of the station and do the entire circuit forwards, but then when you get back, the entire station acts as a turntable and spins you around. And then you do the whole circuit in reverse. This ride kind of reminds me of the Pesto Premier Rides style rides, and maybe even more so of Gale Force. But if you can imagine that with the feel of an Intern ride and the intensity and forces of an Intern ride, that's what you've got here. That being said, I really enjoyed this ride on the forward cycle, but the backward cycle is definitely a pretty intense experience going backwards through this course. So if you are somebody who doesn't always feel great when you go backwards on intense roller coasters, that may be something that you want to think about before you ride this ride. Beyond that though, a lot of fun and definitely unique. All the way at the back of the park, tucked behind the tangle of roller coaster track, is this bumper car ride, which unfortunately is not open at this moment, but it looks like the entire thing can spin. while you're riding, which sounds really cool.
Right, they rotate laterally, so you go all the way upside down on sort of a center axis in the seats.
Yeah, this would be something that would be really cool to check out when it is open. It is kind of hidden back here, kind of tucked behind these restrooms back here.
And it doesn't have a legit sign either.
It actually does, but the sign is over there. So again, we've talked about confusing signs and entrances. Right now, this sign that says that this ride is closed for maintenance is advertising a different ride, Timmy's Half Pipe Havoc, which is actually way over there. And the sign for this ride is way over there, the purple sign right there, which I guess is there because otherwise you may not know that this ride's here. So that's just another one of the quirky things about cramming all these rides into a building like this. One of the more unique rides here is the Jimmy Neutron's Atom Smasher, which has lots of cool theming in front of it. And one of the cool things about this ride is that you are sitting in these little pods, and you actually have a lever that allows you to control the vertical spin of your seat. So if you want to go upside down, you can flip yourself upside down and just stay upside down. If you want to spin the whole time, you can do that. If you want to change directions, you can do that. So definitely a more unique ride in that you are actually able to control the motion of your ride. Here we have Timmy's Half Pipe Havoc, which is an intimate half pipe roller coaster themed to a skateboard. I've been on a few of these, and this one is definitely one of the better ones that I've been on. Nice and smooth, a pretty good amount of spinning, a pretty long ride cycle too. You go back and forth, up and down this thing several times. Definitely a fun ride. Here we have a giant ropes course called the Legends of the Hidden Temple Challenge. If you remember that show, it was a game show on Nickelodeon that was very popular. It's got really awesome theming to it. We got this guy here. There's all sorts of cool things on this course. Unfortunately, it is not operating right now. And I believe that it may be an upcharge when it's normally open. But if you are a fan of ropes courses, this one is massive. Here we have the Guppy Bubbler. It's a balloon style ride. It basically just goes up this tower and spins. Each of the little pods spin as well. We got little fishies on top of them. Definitely a really cute ride. The Skyline Scream is the park's drop tower ride. This one is really cool. If you like drop towers, definitely don't miss this one. There is a cutout in the ceiling, and at the top there is panoramic views where you can see the Manhattan skyline and all of the other scenery around here. This one has seating that goes all the way around the tower. It's got sort of a combo cycle. You've got some launches up. You've also got a big drop down at the end and some nice bounces in between. So definitely a great drop tower. Definitely one of the better rides at this park. Don't miss it. Here we have another closed ride at the park, but it is a bus ride. This whole thing goes up and around like this. But this one is actually really well themed. You actually can't see the arms on the ride very well when it is parked in this position. So we really appreciate how good all of the rides at this park look and the attention to detail that went into all the theming at this place. Here we have Spongebob's Jellyfish Jam, the park swing ride. This one looks really great. I really like the theming a lot. And we got SpongeBob holding a net. It's actually a pretty good looking swing ride. It goes pretty high up. Looks like it's going pretty fast. Great theming. Definitely one to check out. And here we have the Adventure Bay playground area.
Featuring Paw Patrol.
And here we have a smaller drop tower for the kids. Ren and Stimpy Space Madness. One of the cool rides here is they have this train ride that basically goes all around the park. And it's elevated pretty well, so you can actually get a pretty good tour of the park. This is the blue Skidoo running now in front of us. Got some cute looking Blues Clues dogs on it. Towards the front of the park there is a stage where they do have character appearances. Earlier we saw Spongebob, I've seen the Ninja Turtles. Now we have this monkey here. So, if you are a fan of the Nickelodeon characters, this is a great place to meet and greet them. I also do believe that they have a nighttime show here, which I don't think is running at the moment, but that could be another cool thing to check out as well if you are here at night. Another really great sign here is for Bikini Bottom Crosstown Express, which is a rocket tug style of ride. Looks pretty cool.
Very socially distanced.
I really like the looks of all the rides here. Another great kids ride at the park is the Fairly Odd Airways, which looks like a suspended whip style ride. Here we have another great looking ride that is not operating today, and that is the Butter Beans Sweet Spin.
I really like the cupcake looks on here, it's very cute.
Another one of the many kids rides here. We have Shimmer and Shane Dumpling Genies with this really cool sign. We got the characters out here, and this ride is just your basic spin around in a circle, bounce up and down kind of ride. It's got a really cool cover to it, so definitely another fun ride for the kids. Another really great looking kids ride here is Blaze's Monster Truck Rally. You got your trucks, each of them have their own little theme. That one looks like it has a cowboy hat on it. The one in the front looks kind of like a monster truck. So it's super cool ride for the kids. Up here on this upper level by the entrance to the park, there are some private party spaces available. So that's just something to keep in mind. It could be a really cool place for a birthday party or something like that here at Nick Universe. In terms of merchandise, there is a Nick Universe Nickelodeon shop right outside the park. We did not really see much in the park other than just a couple little pop-up kiosks here and there. It seems like the merchandise is pretty much all Nickelodeon themed. I haven't really seen anything in terms of ride-specific merchandise like t-shirts or magnets or anything like that. But if you want to get some Nickelodeon merchandise, you can do so here. Right near the front gate of Nickelodeon Universe, there is a ticketing area. I would recommend buying tickets online, but if you need to, you can buy tickets here at the park. Here are the prices for them. Ages 10 and up, $85 for 1 to 5 p.m. or 3 to 7 p.m. From 5 to 9 p.m. would be $75. There is an earlier time slot. That's the one that we did from 11 to 3. That is no longer available at this time because it is past that time slot. But you can buy tickets here. Here are the prices. And you get your tickets, and then you would just go right down there and into the park. All right, that about does it for us here today at Nickelodeon Universe at American Dream in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Just some quick thoughts. At $85, it does seem like a pretty expensive price for this park given what is offered and given that there are only 4-hour time slots. That being said, this is a nice place to be. It's very well themed. There's lots of sunlight coming down. We got some air conditioning. I don't know who installed that, but they did a pretty good job. You can see all these air ducts everywhere here. There are a few dead spots, however, in the paths. We liked a lot all of the ride signs, but sometimes there were rides where it was hard to find where the entrance was. We also didn't like that there were no breaks in the switchbacks. So this morning when we got here, there were not a whole lot of people here. And so if you wanted to walk onto a ride, you either had to go through all of the switchbacks or do the awkward thing where you go under a railing. That was not cool. I wish that they would have put some breaks in there so that they could control the management and warehousing of people with chains depending on how busy or how crowded it is. In terms of ride, there is a pretty good variety of different rides here at all levels. There's tons of great kids rides. There are a lot of good family rides. There are some intermediate rides, and there are definitely some extreme thrill rides with rides like Shellraiser. The park is also very clean. It is clean and spotless. One of the cleanest parks I've ever been to, definitely for sure. I'm sure it helps that it's inside. And overall, we had a great time here. Definitely a place you should check out. But definitely be aware of things like, as of the time of this recording, there is no re-entry. So once you come in, you cannot leave. So that's something you need to be prepared for. Be prepared to have that 4-hour time slot and plan your day around that. And just be aware that it is quite expensive for what it is. That being said, it's really cool that it's here. We enjoyed our time here. Definitely come check it out.